The Terrifics, issue 17, Jean Luen Yang writing with Steven Segovia on the art. This is still in the digital like dome that the building's in, the Stag Industries. Yep. But they think they're talking to like Stag, who's behind it all, but it's not really him. This is just a digital version of him, which is being created by the big sphere.
Yeah, the noosphere.
The noosphere.
Yeah, no, I looked it up. It's no.
Noosphere.
Noosphere. Or the noosphere, because it's 3 syllables. I know that much because I looked it up.
Okay.
Because I want to know if this is an actual thing. And it is. It's a postulated sphere or stage of evolutionary development dominated by consciousness, the mind, and interpersonal relationships. So, and that's exactly what we get from the sphere here, except that it's essentially Skynet. And it's like, nope, I'm taking this over, and the planet's going to be better because of it.
Yeah, I was getting Skynet vibes. Sends giant warrior skeletons after them, which Phantom Girl actually just like shatters with her power, and they're all very impressed. But it becomes this thing again where they really want one of the Mr. Terrific's T-spheres so they can connect to the internet and get out. And a lot of it's the struggle of not giving them and not doing it. We get a little bit of backstory as to how the sphere came to existence. But ultimately, he ends up giving one over because they get his wife. They get his wife in another universe, Mrs. Terrific, and he gives one up. And it's like, we'll just have to fight it afterwards. But there's a lot of Go Terrifics Go. There's a lot of fun constructs. So they end up going through the rest of the plagues when they refuse to work with the sphere, and Plastic Man gets boils, and then his boils become little mini plastic men that all scatter and run away. So
they seem to be all aspects of his personality because they're trying to steal. One of them's trying to steal from them. Another one's just cracking jokes. Another one's just going to cause trouble. But they need to get them all back so Plastic Man can be whole again.
Because he's just an unconscious husk with lots of holes in him at this point.
And they end up at the 8th plague, which is locusts, and they have to fight gigantic grasshoppers.
Yes, who are basically aliens. They've got like spacesuits on.
Yeah. And also, while all this is going down, Rex Metamorpho ends up with this talking mouth coming out of his chest.
As does the dog, as does elemental dog.
Yeah, later. And we find out that this is the spirit of Earth, basically Gaia, because she comes from the elements. She's there to basically tell the Terrifics, like, you can't let the Noosphere win because, it's going to throw off the balance of Mother Earth.
It also wants to absorb every life form into itself, which is very, very Tetsuo the Iron Man, for anyone who's familiar with that Japanese movie. Yeah, and then Pixelix is back and helping the Noosphere. But yeah, it's this thing where they end up he has to give in and give a the sphere. A lot of the issues action, but it's very enjoyable action. There's a lot of banter. There's a lot of Plastic Man doing weird shapes where he's he's doing the, what do you call the guys who but he's dealing with the bull skeletons. He's doing the red sheet.
A matador.
Matador, thank you.
Yeah.
He's doing that. He's doing various other things. He does ropes with his fingers at one point. All very fun. So they basically split up at the end. Those are who are left. Rex and Linya are going to go look for the Plastic Men, whilst both the Terrifics are going to go and deal with the Noosphere and try and stop that. And that's kind of how we end the issue. And he's still got the mouth in his chest for the record. Does Rex. So. No, it's basically it's on par with what you've been getting last couple of issues.
Yeah, it's baseline, like it's consistent, and that's what I like. Although that's what we always used to say about Justice League of China and the Superman as well. So once Yang gets on a story, it's very,
I feel like though, I hope this has some time to get through on a couple of arcs, because I feel like Justice League of China did this thing where it was solid enough early on, but it got really good after about 10 issues. That's when it really started to shine. So I hope he gets some time to find his feet, because I feel like this is comparable to early New Superman as opposed to the great New Superman that it became.
Well, and I was thinking too that in terms of, the Terrifics being the Fantastic Four, right? This is definitely the Galactus story, right?
Yeah,
like it's this being that wants to consume the Earth. It has a herald, but it's done in this entirely new way, and it still is Kirby-esque because I could definitely see the Fantastic Four fighting the plagues of Egypt in some form. So I still feel like that's going forward. Like that concept wasn't lost when Lemire left. So, but yeah, no, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I'm still enjoying it. What are you giving it, Matt?
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
I'll give it a 7. Like, I'm having fun with it, but it's definitely not like shaking my world or anything like that.